Please subscribe my channel. I'm the one who messed everything up. I did it not just once or twice, but over and over again for nearly 10 years. I think I'm sharing this now because I've run out of ways to avoid facing it. The man I love has finally had enough, and I don't blame him at all. 9 months ago, my husband discovered what I had always described as an emotional affair with a coworker. It lasted 3 years. I looked him right in the eye and lied, saying it never became physical, that it was just a single mistake, and that I wasn't the type of person to do that. But he is clever. He always has been. He investigated and put the pieces together. In the end, I told the truth. I had been unfaithful to him earlier as well. It happened during a surprise getaway he arranged for me to Clearwater Beach 7 years ago. That was not the only time I betrayed him, though. I had secret close relationships with several men I met online, ones he had no idea about. I kept that hidden from him because I was terrified of losing him completely. But deep down, I was hooked on quick hookups in odd spots, and I would search for guys online for those moments. I spent hundreds of dollars on memberships to those websites, all while he worked hard to provide for our family. Meanwhile, I was a stay-at-home mom caring for our 2 young children, dealing with my own health problems, and still managing to hide everything with lies. When he asked me to leave, he probably should have kept me gone. But he did not. He gave me a chance to improve. I entered a residential treatment program. I began attending church with him. I joined support groups. I read my Bible regularly. I was baptized. I promised him and myself that I was finished with the lies and that I had become a different person. He let me back into his world fully. We went on trips with the kids, celebrated holidays, and shared his everyday routines. He worked hard to make things easier for the children and calmer for us. I knew he was still in pain, but he put in so much effort to be gentle and give our family a real opportunity. And then I ruined it all once more, just like I always do. One evening, he woke up with a strong, uneasy feeling. I had told him I'd be home around midnight, but I stumbled in at 6 a.m., smelling strongly of alcohol, hardly able to walk straight, and with no good explanation for where I had been. Bars shut down at 1 a.m. Our house is only 20 minutes away. He pleaded with me to tell him the truth. For once I did. I admitted I had kissed somebody else. I still convinced myself it stopped there. But honestly, I am not even sure anymore. And he does not trust me with good cause, since I think I went too far in every way that night. We attempted to fix things again. He forgave me once more. He continued with his counseling. I stopped going to mine after just 6 meetings because I convinced myself I was okay. I was not. I was falling apart inside. We shared some happy times, true ones. We laughed together again. We held each other again. We behaved as if healing might be possible. Then the second major discovery came. He saw I was acting withdrawn, moody, always protecting my phone like it held secrets, and spending half an hour in the kitchen just to make a sandwich because I was sneaking looks at it. He asked what was wrong. I said nothing, but he took the phone from my hands and looked at Snapchat, and everything was there. Months of dirty texts, photos, and detailed sexual daydreams with a married guy I had never met in person. I would remove the account when guilt hit me, then create a new one, and another, and another. It was like an addict needing just one more fix. He faced me about it again. This time, the look on his face was not anger. It was final, totally over. I pointed to my poor self-worth, needing approval, addiction, past hurts, drinking, PTSD. All of those things are real, but none of them make my actions okay. And none of them matter to him now. He asked me to quit my job, the place where my longest affair began. I promised I would. 3 months later, during our attempts to rebuild, I still had not left. I have been there for 8 years, and I held on to it as if it was more important than our marriage. I assured him I could work in the same building as my old affair partner and it would not affect me, that I had truly changed, and that I would never repeat this. He did not buy it, and he was right not to. Whenever he wanted proof that he was a priority, I paused or resisted. Whenever he asked for full openness, I offered only partial honesty. Whenever he sought security, I brought disorder. Whenever he tried to open up to men things, I added more damage. I believe I now get what he meant when he said, "You are not upset for hurting me. You are upset for being found out." I wish he was wrong, but he is not. Later thoughts. I think what truly opened my eyes is seeing that nothing going on now stands alone from my past choices. It all connects. Every worry he has, every barrier he builds, every doubt. It all comes from decisions I made long before I started therapy. A few weeks back, he mentioned he might not join the family trip we booked before the second discovery. He wanted to treat it as a short break apart. The moment he said that, I felt panic surge through me, just like during my early affairs and hidden online habits when he began distancing himself. Back then, rather than deal with my issues, I turned to others for escape. This time, I did not flee, but the fear hit me just as hard. When he decided to come after all, I felt the same relief as when I thought I still had him secured. The trip turned out great, better than great for those days. It brought back memories of our beginning, before the secret coworker, before the addiction, before the online talks, before the countless little deceptions hidden behind locks. We enjoyed ourselves, touched affectionately, felt close, and I thought to myself, maybe I have not destroyed it all. But as soon as we returned home, that weak bond disappeared. He pulled back in his quiet, guarded manner, like after every major reveal. It was that careful emotional withdrawal of a person wounded too often to trust hope again. And then today arrived. I kissed someone at an office gathering. When I came home this evening, he was there waiting. He was not mad. He was not distant. He was decided. The same expression as after the second discovery, when he saw that the woman he cared for was also the one constantly surprising him with pain. He explained he no longer wants a relationship based on constant watchfulness, that even during good periods he braces for the downfall because experience shows it always arrives. He said, "You are trying, but I do not feel secure. Not because I expect betrayal tomorrow, but because I know you have betrayed me in the past." He called off our efforts to reconcile tonight. He did it kindly, softly even, which made it hurt worse somehow. He shared that he needs calm, and calm cannot share space with ongoing worry. That he refuses to check my phone, my job, my unexpected late arrivals, or my stories anymore. That he wishes therapy helps me, but he cannot link his recovery to mine from now on. And here is the key. For the first time, I grasped it without arguing, because today's events proved I am still battling a side of myself that has not learned better habits. Holding back does not erase it. And he is correct. He should not risk his future on my possibilities. I will continue therapy not to get him back, but because I refuse to stay as the person who spotted someone at an office event and immediately surrendered to the old harmful urge that ruined my life to begin with. My husband will recover without me. Our children will grow up without watching me harm their dad further. Any future partners I might have will not carry the damage I ignored for so long. This is the result of what I chose.